Right, so we've got a clutch to do on a 2012 VW Crafter 2 litre TDI. It's 108 horsepower engine. So going to do clutch, flywheel, slave cylinder, start to finish. Reason we're changing it is because the clutch is slipping, so it slips under load. Drives alright under normal driving, but as soon as you go up a hill or put a load on it, clutch slips. So let's get on with it, start to finish. Let's crack on, get it done. Right, so you join me under Crafter. I got it on 2 big blocks of wood just on the front to lift it up. It is a driveway job for me because I don't have a ramp, so yeah, so let's crack on and get it done. So first jobs we're going to tackle is prop shaft off, gearbox support off, gearbox cables, control cables, and then we're going to just work through, get bell housing bolts off, get the box out of here. Easy, I hope. I'm going to time this job as well. I'm going to start a stopwatch so we know start to finish how long it's going to take us. It's currently 9:47 in the morning. Timer and start. Clock is running. Let's see how long we got.
So here we're removing the gearbox support bolts. So it's a 16mm bolt on the bottom, 16mm bolt, and a 18mm spanner on the top. There's 4 of these to remove, 2 at the driver's side, 2 at the passenger side, and then there's 2, I think the 16mm bolts directly connected to the gearbox. So here I'm removing the gear selector cables. There's one E-Torx, E-socket bit to remove, and then you gently tease the cables out and then lever them off the ball and sockets. After that, we're on to the drive shaft bolts. So these again are E-sockets, they're basically reverse Torx bolts. 4 of them to remove them, and then I had some trouble getting the drive shaft out. It was just seized on there, so I had to use a pry bar, and it fought me for a bit. Remove the centre bearing support and the prop shaft protection hoops. Yep, so here just removing the prop shaft protection hoops. These stop the prop shaft falling down in case it snaps. And this enables you to drop the prop shaft out the way. Yep, so you see me fighting with the prop shaft just to get it away from the coupler and off the gearbox. It's all unbolted, it's just a tight fit, so I needed to use a pry bar. I actually removed all 8 bolts out of it. You only need to remove 4, but in the end I was struggling, so removed all 8. And yeah, away it came eventually. Bit of persuasion, but away we went.
Well, so now prop shaft's off. I ended up undoing all 8 bolts, even though I didn't need to. Cush drive is still, or cushion, whatever you want to call it, is still sat there. Well stuck on, just a pain in the ass. Whatever. Done. Right, next up, let's turn this light around, see if you can see any more. I'll lift it up. Right, all the bell housing bolts, all buried deep in there, and the starter motor, which is up there on the right hand side. Starter motor's there, but we've got to do all the bell housing bolts. Down the top, any electrical to disconnect as well, so easy. Next up, hopefully this goes a bit smoother.
Yeah, so apologies for the light and the camera work. But all I'm doing here is undoing the bell housing bolts. So you can see there's one got a number. There's the next one. Basically, there are a ring of bolts all the way around the bell housing. I think it's 15 in total, all at E-socket style, reverse torques basically. Them all the same as bolts, but there's, I believe, 2 or 3. There's 2 extra long ones and one that's a medium length one, I think, depending on a specific place. So make sure you keep track of where they go.
Them like that, they're all in line, good. Right, now I've got starter motor bolt just to undo. I think there's one more bolt that comes from the front of the engine into it, and then clutch, slave, double check for electrical connectors. I think there should be a reverse gear selector. Switch on it, unless that's on the gear lever, and then away we go. So like I say, just try and sort this light out. Right, so we've got one more starter motor bolt. The starter motor's free. And then, is that one into the bell housing as well? Might be one bell housing bolt there, get that one out as well. Rare. Have to make it. That should be every bolt. Yeah, I believe that's all the bolts out of the gearbox. Bell housing. So now, you see if it's starting to separate or not. Again, if you're looking in the right spot, maybe. Visibility, not so great. So about disconnecting the electrical cable and the clutch. Oops. Let's come out other side. Yeah, so that wasn't so kind of me. A bit stupid, a lot stupid. Let's just get this disconnected quick. If we can. So, just a little spring clip. That side, that's off on that side.
Yeah, so to remove the clutch slave cylinder pipe, there's a little spring clip. You just pull it out with a screwdriver. It slides out from one side to the other, and that enables you to slide the pipe out.
Got it. Not ideal. Not the way I wanted to do it, but got it. Right. Get the gearbox down. There we go. One gearbox on the floor. So right, gearbox is out, and we are now at 45 minutes 56 seconds. Less than an hour, 45 minutes, and the gearbox is out. Some bits less than ideal, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, rough-arsed it a little bit more than I really should have, but you know, ride on, my rules. Right, let's get the friction pressure plate off. 2, 3. And that's the pressure plate, all unbolted. Now pressure and friction will come out. They're stuck on the dowels. There we go. Dowel left. There we go. One-handed. Lovely. And there is a friction plate, which, like I say, it was slipping, you can see. Nearly worn out, but looks pretty good. Doesn't look like it's been slipping crazy. So we've got the odd hot spot, but yeah, not so bad. Right, so that's the clutch, the friction and the pressure plate are removed. Now flywheel, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts, and they are the multi-spline VW style Audi group multi-spline sockets. Now I could do with a long multi-splines for this. And then that's all the bolts undone. Now this thing is heavy. There we go. Alright, let's drag it all out and have a look. And here's your slave cylinder as well, concentric slave. Pressure in, and then this is the bleed. So you can bleed it, get the air out. One, 2 and 3. And then, four bolts on that one. There we go. Concentric slave. Right. So let's have a look what we got. We got flywheel, which as you can see is being hot. You got pressure plate, which gearbox side, LUK one looks like. Yeah, LUK, there you go. And then pressure plate. Again, not so bad, but it's been hot in places. It was slipping, you can see it's worn out, worn on the edges, getting down in depth. And then concentric slave. So luckily not leaking or anything like that, so that's good. Alright. So in here we've got brand new LUK clutch flywheel and slave cylinder kit. So slave cylinder part number for you. This is pressure plate obviously, and then if you can read that number, there you go, it's 124063910. So one pressure plate, one friction plate, there you go, and then one brand new flywheel, and then this one is a 415062010. So the numbers on it. There we go. Pull that out the box. And I bought this all as a kit from my local car supplier. Comes with brand new bolts as well. And then the part number on the box, if you're interested in that, if it's got one. There you go. The box that's fallen to pieces. is that's actually delivery customer, that's not the part number for it. There you go. There's the box with the part numbers on. You can see it, and that was a flywheel clutch, full 3-piece clutch plus a flywheel. So let's get back under there and get this new flywheel fitted.
Right then, so get the flywheel up into place. Fit your bolts by hand, just screw them in, and then the torque specs, I believe, are 60 Newton meters, and then plus 90 degrees on each bolt, and then do them in the cross pattern as you normally would. Would advise getting a crankshaft locking tool to lock the flywheel. I struggled a bit trying to use a chisel and some other bits and bobs that I had lying around, just trying to lock it. Don't use the crankshaft lock that you would use for doing the cam belt, as you'll damage the front casing on the engine. Yeah, so we've done the 60 Newton meter torque, now we're doing plus 90 degrees. You see him struggling with the way I've locked the crankshaft. It was a bit of a fight, but we got it done. Yeah, so just if you can invest in a crankshaft locking tool, if you already have one, so bob on.
That is them all torqued up on the flywheel. One thing I'll say, buy a flywheel locking tool to lock the flywheel solid, because otherwise you're going to fight yourself for a long time and it's not fun. So yeah, there we go, lesson learnt. Right. Now degrease the flywheel. Now a friction plate, dead easy. It says gearbox side, so make sure that's pointing to the gearbox and not pointing to the engine. And pressure plate has some dowel holes to line up. So there's a dowel top. There's one in the middle somewhere. That's not really helpful. Yeah, there's one there, and there's one down there. Dowels. And then you put your, was it 6 bolts back in? 6 9mm bolts. Unfortunately, this kit did not come with a new set of bolts for this, so you have to reuse the old ones, which, yeah, comes with flywheel bolts but not these ones.
Your friction plate in centre E clutch, and then torque all the 6 outer pressure plate bolts. I think it's 20 Newton meters, but read your manufacturer's manual on that. Yep, so now get your slave cylinder fitted in the gearbox, 4 bolts, secure it back in, nice and easy on this one, so bolt it in. Right, for me the next bit's the hardest bit of the job, getting the gearbox back in the hole, lining it up with the splines and yeah, just getting it bolted back to the bell housing. Take your time. I used 2 trolley jacks, 2 pieces of wood, and did it on my own. It was not easy, it's very heavy, it's very awkward, but yeah, take your time and crack on, you'll be alright. Yeah, so I think it took me about 15-20 minutes to get the gearbox in the end, but you need to do it. So it is hard, but keep persevering and you'll get there.
while I wrestle. Click, click, done. Secure bracket. Very good. Right, 2 bolts around the front.
Right, so we're getting to the end of this job now. So we need to put the gearbox mount on, bolt the drive shaft back up, which is exactly the reverse of removal. Dead easy. Just get them in place, lift them up, and away you go. Here I'm just putting the 4 bolts that I removed out quick back in, and then bolting it back up. It's a bit of a pain in terms of you need 4 people. You need 2 people, not 4. One to hold one end and then one to hold the middle while you're bolting it up. You can do it on your own, I did, but yeah, 2 people make it life easier. Fine, last job, bleed the clutch. So I'm using a pressure bleeder, puts pressure in the master cylinder at the top, and then you just open the bleed valve at the bottom, pump some fluid through. Once you're happy that there's no more air coming out, close the valve and take off the pressure bleeder. Pump the clutch a few times, make sure it feels alright. If it feels a bit spongy or the pedal don't return, do it again. Still got some air trapped in it, and then away you go. Happy days.
Right, so clutch and flywheel job's done. I've just taken it out for a road test. It's all good. Just need to bleed the clutch one more time just to satisfy myself that there's 0 air in it, but it all drives perfect. Does exactly what it should. Yeah, happy days. So not so bad at all, really. Obviously fought to get that, fought to get the gearbox back in, which standard, weighs a lot, pain in the arse, but done. Total time for the job, 3 hours, 5 minutes. So on the drive, on the floor, under the van, crawling around. So yeah, and cost wise, So I got the clutch flywheel full kit for £585 from my local motor factors. I do get a bit of discount there, so that's always a bonus. So if you can get close to that, fair play. Yeah, and then you're looking at 3 hours labour if you work like me. So, and if you work steady, what, 4 hours, and you're easy away. So, yeah, hope you found the video interesting. Thanks very much. Cheers for watching. See ya.